executive session, no action taken. So whenever you're ready.
Okay, I think I've already talked to you guys about attending the event in Overland Park with the new commissioner with Sports ETA. And then the next day he presented at Sports Kansas. And he talked quite a bit about sports complexes and different things like that. I touched base with Alex on that a little bit, giving him some of the paperwork. They talked about public and private event places, and said that they would rather work with a government entity owning a sports complex than a private group, because a lot of times it ends up going to the state or the government anyway. So that's just something to think about. And they're extremely expensive. I did had another conference call with Hans, and the bowling tournament is a go here, and it's gonna be in March, it looks like. It'll be a qualifier, and then next year, they've got a couple other schools that are talking about going in with the KSA, or KSAS, is that right? Anyway, with the collegiate. And if they do that, then they'll come back to Junction City and it'll be the national qualifier. So it'll be much bigger. So we'll see how that negotiation goes with them. We're doing a second site visit for the men and women's wrestling. We don't know when that's gonna be yet. He's trying to get coaches, because they wanna have a couple coaches to come out also and see the facility and talk to the athletic director. We had another DataFi meeting and training with our DataFi folks. Our numbers are looking really good. And I printed off a report and gave it to Alex over at the chamber for, I believe it was the 4th of July thing. So we're also gonna do one for Oktoberfest and give it to them. We had a travel writer here for 3 days. And she's also, I worked with her in the past on on the scenic highway that we did out west. And I talked to her about helping us with that, to get that moving through a little bit quicker. We're doing pretty good on our side of it, but we got some of the smaller communities when we go north that are lagging behind. And so I sent her up to talk to them. She has met them before in her writing endeavors. And so she was going to talk to them and see what we can work out so we can get those done and turned in. Mm-hmm. I have had a couple more travel writers and influencers that I work with, and one of them is probably going to come. We're looking at April or May. She's going to be here for a couple days. I'm also working with Abilene and Salina about the possibility of the riders coming in here and then going there, and then we can split the costs out a little bit further as far as mileage and gas and all those things, hotels stuff. So we'll see how that goes. We've got, this one hasn't been here since 2021, but she did a really good job. And then we've got 2 more that are gonna be coming in. They're looking at August and coming in 6th through the 9th. I haven't signed contracts with them yet. That is going to be around 2,000, 2,500. They'll be in Geary County specifically for 3 days. One of them's out of Iowa. The other one was in Florida. Now she lives in Arizona. I've worked with them a lot in the past. One of them has 1 million followers. They're some of the best I've ever worked with, honestly. I'm really excited about them coming here. So we hired them once a year with the I-70 Association. So they haven't been here for a long time. And I don't think there was a director on staff maybe when they came, because they said they didn't really know where they were going or what they needed to do. So we're already talking about getting them on Fort Riley for the museums and things there. And then we did have a meeting with Abilene and Salina, not only about the blogger side and the writers, but also the North Central group is struggling a little bit. And so we're the three, well, and Manhattan was also there. So the four of us are the four largest communities, and we're gonna try to help them as much as we can. We've been, it's a little frustrating because the way that the state has been working now with the different communities, they work with them as regions. So if you're not a part of that region and working with that region, then you just get left out on things. So for us, it's to our benefit to work with them and get them up where they need to be, so we're not left out of all the other things the state does for us to help. So since they're working with the regions, we have to play. So we're gonna probably have a couple more meetings and figure out how we can help. What we're finding though is a lot of them don't have a dedicated staff member. So a lot of them are, and we're finding this out with the byway too. Some of them are retiring this year. Some of them have had, one's having a knee replacement. They're just, and it's just like rotating through that area. So we're hoping that we can get them up and strong again. Had TF board meeting. We talked about the upcoming Destination State House. That's going to be in February. So we're starting to work on that. We had the tour, the Meet Kansas, which is small market meetings. We had a retreat and planning session for 2024. We're starting to figure out where we're going to advertise and what we're going to do to bring the small markets here. The National Convention is going to be in Utah this year. So it's always, people come from all over the United States to it. So we're trying to figure out how to best use that to our advantage, even though it's quite a ways away. We did a radio interview, board packets, of course, and I would like to come back in towards the end of the month and talk to you guys about our CBB board.
Okay.
And getting them in place. We've got some challenges, but I think right now we've got a really strong board, so I'm probably going to recommend that we keep the majority of them, and then there's a couple, 2 or 3 spots that we need to fill.
Sounds good.
That's kind of it.
Thank you.
So you'll be here on the 29th, or in town on the 29th of January?
I think I will be.
Well, I wanted to do that before I tried to set you up, because then you'll tell me, no, I'm not gonna be here.
I think I'm going to be here. Let me look.
Okay.
I never liked having calendars on a phone, and now I don't know what to do without it.
I know, right? Same.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Teresa.
Well, you can get back to me. I was just kidding. I didn't mean to ask you such a hard question.
Yeah, well, there's a leadership symposium that I'm going to, and I don't know if I'll be flying back in on the 28th or the 29th. So,
Okay, how about the first Monday of February?
I think I'm here then. You
It's on the
left,
4th,
you left out. I already have it on the calendar.
for the 5th? Well, aren't you presumptive?
I know. Very seldom do I do that, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let you know a time then.
Okay, that's perfect.
So when's the department head meeting?
It's the 4th Thursday. We
Oh,
didn't have one
We
in
did,
December
because,
because
yeah,
of everything else
Christmas,
going on.
yeah,
Okay.
So it should be on the
January.
22nd.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
It looks like I'm gonna be.
All right, well, thank you guys. If you
Yeah.
need
All
anything,
right.
give me a
Happy New
go.
Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
got anything else? Okay. We did. Did minutes, okay. We're good. We're adjourned.
Alrighty. Hopefully we figure out what the heck's wrong with this owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tammy broke it.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on her.